Building your credit. This is really critical for individuals who are coming out of a bad situation. Maybe you've had bad credit for a couple years, or maybe you had a bankruptcy or a foreclosure or a judgment, something that really brought your credit score way down. The other situation is maybe you have no credit. You've been opposed to getting credit all your life, or everyone told you not to get any. And now you realize you need it, but you can't get it. Building your credit is really critical. If you've had a bad situation, think about it as you went to credit jail. I went to credit jail because you had a bankruptcy or you had a foreclosure. Now you have to rehabilitate yourself, get yourself back into the buying and credit and finance world. The best way to do that is with a secured credit card. A secured credit card is kind of like your probationary period. What you're essentially doing is you're buying your credit. You're going to give, say, $1,000 to a bank or credit card company. They're going to hold it in a savings account for you for about a year. And they're going to issue you a credit card. Granted, the interest rate's going to be high. And more than likely, you're going to have an annual fee. But just understand, this is a necessary evil that you have to get through in order to show that you're worthy and you can pay on time. It's really important too that you get more than one secured credit card. I definitely recommend 2 to 3. Everyone's situation is a little bit different. It's easier for someone who's been maybe never had any credit experience to get away with 2, because now you have 2 positives versus nothing in the past. But if maybe someone had a lot of damage or a lot of negative, you may need to show a little bit more, so I would recommend maybe 3. And keep in mind, you may be able to get on someone else's card too, as a co-borrower or an authorized user. That may help your score as well, but I definitely recommend you at least get 1 to 2 in your own name. The other really critical thing about a secured credit card is you gotta pay on time and you gotta keep your balances low. There's a limit to balance ratio that's really critical in this. For example, if you get a $1,000 limit and you borrow $600, you're over 50%. It's pulling points from your score. Ideally, you always want to stay below that 50% range. Even better, I'd stay below 30%. So if I had a $1,000 limit on my credit card, I'd want the balances no higher than $300. You could pay it down to 0 every month. Just make sure you show activity on it. I recommend maybe you buy gas on one card, buy groceries on the other. It's important that you show usage on it. You show activity, you pay on time, and you keep the balances low. Once you get through that probationary period, a year later, that credit card company or bank will come back to you and release that secured part, giving you your money back, sometimes with interest, not that much, but sometimes. And thus upgrading you to an unsecured credit card like everyone else has. Good places to look. There's some major credit card companies I'm sure you've all heard of, like Capital One, for example, or you can go online and Google top 10 secured credit cards. And you can pick and choose, but remember, the rates are gonna be high. They're gonna charge annual fees. But I definitely recommend you at least start with your bank or credit union. And when you go in, tell them you want a secured credit card. You don't want a secured loan. They'll try to offer you a secured loan, which will be an installment loan plan, basically like buying a car or a new refrigerator. You gotta pay whatever on the 15th. A credit card actually has a lot more responsibility and you can actually build points a lot faster. Not to mention, when you get into an installment loan, you have a higher monthly obligation. So your payments are actually higher, which ultimately can hurt your debt to income ratio. So just focus on a secured credit card. Trust me in that. It sounds crazy, but that's the fastest way to build your credit in a short period of time. And remember, a short period of time for you may not be the same short period of time for someone else, because everyone's credit is a little bit different. And that's building your credit. Thank you for watching.